Hey everyone, this is Christopher Brown here again from alphalifestyleacademy.com. Now, in today's video, we're going to take a look at a simple shortcut to jumpstart the results that you're getting from your real estate website by 3,500%. But before we go ahead and get started here today, I'm going to invite you to check out how one real estate agent made $2.5 million from a $250,000 property. And if you'd like to find out more details on that, you can go ahead and visit realestateempire.alphalifestyleacademy.com or just click on the banner here. Now, Cardone Ventures published a report that shows, despite what's going on in the economy, 2/3 of businesses close their doors every 5 years because many entrepreneurs understand what they do, but they don't understand some of the other important parts of their enterprise like marketing, cash flow, and raising business capital. Advertising is not just letting people know what they do, but rather using the proper combinations of words, shapes, and colors to motivate a person to do business with you versus their competitors. And you can see an example of this. Here's a real estate website, and they wanted to really compete with what Zillow is doing. But if Zillow and places like that are already doing that, what's the point of you doing it? You're just another cookie cutter in the marketplace. So let's look at a real estate agency versus real estate agent marketing. Now, the things that many real estate agencies are doing or real estate brokers are doing are the direct opposite things that they would have you do to build your real estate empire. Now, the things that many real estate agencies would have you do is not in your best interest, but in the best interest of their agency and brokerage. Now, at this stage, you're driving internet marketing to find leads, drive traffic, and make sales. But then you have the realization that although your agency is bragging about the numbers that they're generating, they're giving everyone the exact same templates and instructions on how to sell more real estate and how to get listings. They are creating massive competition for you. Now, the statistics show that 98% of businesses fail. And then what they're doing is they're having you do the exact same thing that thousands of your competitors are doing. So imagine the statistics if everyone who is selling real estate is doing the exact same thing, selling to millions of people across the country. Now, when you have a team of 300,000 members who are using the exact same templates with no variations whatsoever, those 300 people or 300,000 people try to run the same ads, same social media campaigns, and what happens? People get used to it and they start to ignore you and start to turn you out. So instead of grabbing their attention, it becomes expected and a pattern that they can ignore. So if you go on social media, you look at all agents are posting the exact same type of content. So what you need to do is you need to do things to stand out and to be different than what everybody else is doing. And one of the ways that you can do this is by becoming an expert. Become the most highly and the most credible expert in your field of what your specialty is in real estate and within your geographic location. So let's look at how to skyrocket your response rates for your real estate website by 3,500%. Now, let me tell you about a real estate agent. His name is Dean Jackson, and he's a real estate agent from Tampa, Florida, and he is credited for taking the principles of what is known as direct response advertising and applying it to the internet. Now, the thing about what so many companies are doing online through technology is the technology may be new, but the techniques that they are using are not new. They're basically taking the same principles of what companies were doing back in the 1920s, 30s, and 40s. So as you can see, an example of this this appeared on a Bisquick. It was a Bisquick ad on the back cover of a Cosmopolitan magazine back in 1934. And so here's the ad, has a story, and then down here at the bottom corner has where somebody can rip off a coupon, send it in, and they would receive a free gift. And what that free gift was a cookbook. So this free cookbook then highlighted the importance of why a person should want to go ahead and use Bisquick cake mix. So we as real estate agents, we want to do the same thing through what is known as a landing page. So here's a couple of examples. So there's no difference between this real estate website that you see here and what Bisquick was doing back in 1934. Here's another example of it. We'll talk about that here in the next few minutes. So landing pages apply the same principles by collecting emails and then or their email subscribers, and then following up with them with an automated message. Now, typically, between 98 to 99% of the people who visit your real estate website will never return. So let's go look at this. People who visit websites like this, it's nice, got a lot of content, got a lot of helpful information, but they're out of there. And chances are they'll never return. And you want to create curiosity so that you can collect an email subscriber so that you can get them to come back over and over again. So as you can see here, about 98 to 99% of your website visitors will never come back again. However, if you give away what is known as a free trial offer by, again, creating curiosity, and then you can collect 20 to 30% of those visitors' emails address and get them to come back over and over again. Now, especially offline businesses. I'm really going to talk about this with offline businesses, small businesses in local communities, which would also include real estate agents. They highly underestimate the power of email. So let's look at this. Research from the Direct Marketing Association shows that the average email newsletter subscriber is worth $187 over the lifetime of that subscriber. And then you have learn.com that shows that landing pages outperform typical websites by 3,500%. So this is just the beginning, because when you understand how to send the right kind of emails and sending them to specific pages within your website, you can outperform traditional websites again by 3,500%. So here's just one example of one. So again, what Bisquick was doing is they had a story here, and then they would get people to order their free cookbook. So they would send out this coupon and get a free cookbook, which again in turn highlighted the importance of why a person would want to go ahead and cook with Bisquick. Now, the same thing that we're doing here with this website is if somebody's in the market of buying a home, they have some concerns, especially if this is the first time that they've already or the first time that they're going to buy a home, because there's a lot of, that's a big financial investment for them. They're taking a lot of risk, and so they're going to want to be prepared for the challenges that they're going to have to overcome, right? And so here's a website here, and we can still do a much better job with this than what they are doing. But here it says top 10 mistakes home buyers make. Get your free copy. So put in your email, sign up, and now you can establish yourself as the most credible expert in your field by offering free information that highlights the importance of why a person should want to go ahead and do business with you. Now, another example of this is this one, like what you see here. And the reason for this is Chet Holmes International published a study that shows that 3% of the population is ready to buy a home or list their home at any given time. However, 7% of the population is thinking about it. So by making some slight modifications to your marketing message, you can capture this market and not lose them off to your competitors at a later date. So how much is your home worth? Get instant property value now. So a free report, put in your address, and then you can go ahead and subscribe that way too. So you look at a website like this, there's people when when people are in the market of buying real estate or listing their home, they're going to visit hundreds of websites just like this until they find what they're looking for. However, when you asking for an email subscriber using a website like this, you can collect a subscriber that way, and now you can keep on following up with them, which establishes yourself as the most credible expert in your field. Now, studies show that the average millionaire has 7 streams of income, and we'll get into this more in depthly, especially when you visit our website, the realestateempire.alphalifestyleacademy.com. But when you look at what real estate agents are doing, one of the things that attracts people to real estate is because they're not doing that many transactions, but when they make a sale, they're making a whole lot of money. But it's going to take time to build trust, to find somebody that will either list a home or buy a home from you. So this is why you want to have multiple income streams, or what are called as supportive services, helping people, offering them products and services, getting them to spend money with you, because it's 6 times the studies show it is 6 times easier to upsell an already existing customer than it is to go get a new one. So what we want to do is we want to sell supportive services that will assist people on this journey until finally in the back end where they are listing their home with you or buying a property from you. So this is a schematic of how this would kind of work. And so what we do here is these are just the first steps of what are called as an auto sales closing system. It's a system that does the selling for you. It's a similar software that some of the biggest experts in real estate are using that will, number 1, generate interest. Number 2, capture your leads or capture an email subscriber. Number 3, present your products to your prospects. Number 4, closing them right there on the spot. And if they don't buy, it follows up with them, closing them at a later point, capitalizing on 9 categories of income streams. And then finally, on the way back end, that's where they're listing a property with you or buying a real estate property from you. Because again, it takes time. It takes months upon months a lot of times for new real estate agents to be able to land their first deal, but you want to be making money in the meantime. And I'll show you some other examples of this. So one of this is how one agent made $2.5 million from a $250,000 property. I'll show you also how another agent is selling 20 to 30 properties during the weekend a few times a year. And we'll go into that as well as into other strategies as well. But you can go ahead and check that out at realestateempire.alphalifestyleacademy.com. Or if you're watching this video on our blog, just go ahead and click on the banner here, and that will take you there. And go ahead and put in your email address, and you'll see exactly how this works. But I had a blast recording this video for you here today. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye now.